Good evening, everyone.
It's Wednesday. I had to think about that then. It's Wednesday, 8 p.m.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Debs.
And this is Colin.
And that's Colin.
Yeah. And welcome to Codes of the Unknown.
Don't be afraid. Good evening, everybody.
Good
Decided
evening.
to do a bit of an hour-long extra one tonight, just so that we can ask Andy about his experience that he had last week. But first of all, hello to everybody in the chat. Kelly, Alison, Josh, Jason, Diane, everybody that's bobbed in, anybody that I've missed, thank you for being here. So, Colin.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Deb, Andy.
Hello. Good
Hello,
to join us.
It's always a pleasure. I love it here.
Yeah.
No.
Mr. Milk Tray tonight.
Yeah. All you can see is a floating head.
Yeah.
If you listen carefully, you can hear the helicopter just above his house.
And the snow, the skis with the snow.
Skis.
I've told my pilot to park up the road there because I don't want to be recognised that much.
That's all right then. Should have put the blonde wig on. You'd have been all right.
Yeah,
they'd have thought you was Deb.
Still got that.
Kelly says you should be wearing the wig.
Yeah. Hi, Shane.
Well, if I'm on here again, I'll wear it. I promise.
Yeah.
Well, you're used to it. You wear it on a weekend.
So well, anyway. I wear other things as well, Deb, at weekend as well.
Fantastic.
We won't go into that. That's a different type of show.
We'll do a special show on a Saturday. So, anyway, getting back to what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Andy, tell us what you saw last week, because you rang me straight after you'd seen it, and I knew what you. Yeah. Well, I knew you'd seen it. So.
It takes me, and I got so excited. It was unbelievable. I kept ringing him to try and get the information out of him.
Yours.
I'm too in command, Colin, love.
Was it one phone call, did he say, Andy?
Yeah. So, basically.
Come on, Andy. Tell everybody the story, because it is so interesting. Come on.
Yeah. So, last Friday, I didn't mention it on Friday because Tim Brennan was coming on. And I already said to him, I told him about it. And I said, look, I don't want to take anything away from you because Friday was about him coming on. So I said, if it pops up, then we might mention it. If not, we'll do something next week. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so I was driving cross country through Kings Lynn, going about 25 minutes, half an hour drive between drops. And so I'm just thinking while I'm talking. I've got the map, so I'm going to show you the exact point where it was. Found it on Google, and the location and everything. Everything is just how I pictured it, how I remembered it. Sometimes when you try and remember something in your head, you can't always get a full description of what was around it at the time and all that. So this was roughly around 11:45 last Friday morning, just before midday. And I said I was going cross country through Kings Lynn and came off the main bypass onto this country road. Now on me sat nav it said unnamed road, so I couldn't even at the time have told you what the name was. Sorry. So anyway, so I'm driving along, and yeah, I need to give loads of detail, but it will become relevant to what I'm talking about. So as you notice, as we're coming into autumn now, all the leaves and trees are losing the shine, all the triangular stuff. So everything that's dying, there's no shine to it anymore. Sorry about the noise in the background. I've got to have the window open. I'm too hot. It's like 20 degrees down here. And so I noticed like all the leaves are drying out, branches are drying out, falling off into the road and that. Now this road, the road that I was going down, there's a DPD van or something coming the other way. And it's like you got a bit of a banking that goes up where it's a bit sandy. So it's like a passing point. So that's how you couldn't get 2 vans down it. You get 2 cars, but not 2 big vans. So I pulled in, this van went past, and then there's only me on the road. And you'll see in the maps how isolated it is from everywhere else. So anyway, I'm coming up to this. There's a farm, there's fields on my left, and then there's a turning point for tractors to get into the field. At that point, the road then kind of goes up a little bit to the right. Now, I couldn't remember if it was a fork in the road or if it was a path on a farm. Which more, you'll see on pictures anyway. And I'll keep saying it, but so I don't lose track. So, and the woods was like a spearhead. So, the point of the spear was the start of the woods where I was, and then it spread out. So it got wider and wider. And as I said, I could see into the woods. It was sunny. It'd been raining, a bit cloudy. But like I said, the sun was out. So what I seen was a such higher contrast than what the trees and the leaves were. As I said, everything was drying out. This thing that I seen, it was stood directly in front of a tree, and it was like a black. That was the word I'm looking for. It was like a black sheen to it with brown.
Yeah.
Now, I've worked out when I'm sat in my van and my eye level is rough. My eye level's about 6 foot because the seat's up. So it's about 6 to 6.5 foot high. The thing I was looking at, that eye level was about 2-3 inches lower than me. Now, I remember looking at the ground, and the road was roughly the same level with the ground in the woods, maybe a couple of inches. So I'm not going to argue about that.
Yeah.
And it just stood out. So as I'm coming around, so imagine you're sat on a clock and you're sat looking at the number 12, and you've got 6 directly behind you. As I'm looking into the woods, it is roughly 2 to 3 minutes to 12. That is up like 3-degree angle. Excuse me. And it was the weirdest thing ever. I said, there's nothing else on the road. There's no houses about, nothing like that. And just seeing it, and it was, I'll describe it so people know what I'm actually talking about. So it was like a black sheen to it. And the first thing I thought, it's a Doberman. But it was bipedal, because if it had been on 4 legs, it'd have been at an angle and the tree, like going round the tree. Now this was stood up, chest out, shoulders up at the tree, like royal family or president bodyguard. You know, like you have a bodyguard, like you see in the movies, and they stood and they're ready. As soon as something happens, they're ready to kick off straight away. Yeah, so it's like you could see it was on alert. And as soon as I seen it, we made eye contact. I looked at that looked right at me, and the message that I got in my head, it wasn't what I was. This came from that. I know it came from that. It was shit. He seen me.
Yeah.
And as soon as it said that, it vanished. Didn't fade away. Didn't drop down. Didn't move. It didn't move the 3-4 seconds that I was looking at it.
Well, just instant.
And it just 1 second it was there, the next it wasn't. And the more I think about it, the more I know that I didn't imagine that, because I said the high contrast colours of this thing that I was looking at, as soon as it had gone, I could see the trait, I could see the bark, I could see what was behind where it had been stood. Now, I said it had the black sheen to it, but it had like a dark tan brown colour to it, but they were symmetrical. To say on its shoulder, its neck, it had like a brown patch there, it was exactly the same on that side. And
describe its size.
It wasn't any.
So like a Nubis.
It wasn't anyone. Say again, sorry.
Like a Nubis of the the Egyptian god.
Yeah,
God.
and I just thought, oh my god. First thing I thought was Dogman, and it took me. I drove into the next village. I was like, and at the time I was thinking, I want to go back. You stop the van. I couldn't have turned around. You can't turn around in the car. Reverse back and have a look. And my gut was saying, don't bother. Just keep driving. Don't go back because it might be the last thing you ever do. I was on my own. I know it was middle of the day, but there's no one about. There's 2 pig farms. One on the right-hand side of the road. There's loads of trees. Now, I didn't see how big this pig farm was until I zoomed in on Google. And just before it, there's a pig farm. But on them 2 bits, there's trees blocking it. So you can't see it. There's about 200-300 yards up on the right. That's where I could see all the pigs in the field. And then it wasn't even a farm. So it didn't have a farmhouse. It had like a barn and that was it. And it was just, so I got into this next village. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, actually talking out loud like I'm now. I'm like, oh my God, what did I just see? It can't have been real. But it can't have been on 4 legs because of how it was stood. But I got the impression from it that it was guarding or protecting something. It was there. There's a reason it was there. It wasn't just there for the sake of being there. It was there. I think there's something else going on in them woods, and that was guarding it. Now,
can we go back and can you describe its size? Because we haven't covered that
yet. Right. Yeah. So that was one of the first things I picked up on. Obviously, I picked up on it being there, and its eyes were like 2 balls of nectar, like the color of nectar, but with like a yellowy green highlighter inside it. Now, this wasn't eye shine. I have driving lights on the van, but they're not bright enough to reflect off anything. As I said, it was in the shadows. I'd have had to put my main beam on, but I wasn't at that angle for it to pick them up, and the height of it wouldn't have got it anyway. The colour of its eyes
from it, Andy, was to get
how far?
Detail. Yeah,
about 20 foot. Wow, as I'm coming round the bend, I hit the spear point of these woods, and it was only like 2-3 trees into the woods. Yeah. It was right at the front. That's how, because I couldn't believe it. I thought I was imagining it. And it took me about 10-15 minutes before I rang Deb to tell her, and that was when I spoke to you later when I said, "Can you talk?" Yeah. Then I text you, then spoke to you later on. But its eyes, it was like, and they weren't dog eyes. Not like dog eyes have them at the side of their head. These were like how we have them, right there, right next to each other, and there's looking straight at me.
And so would you say it was self-illuminated?
Yeah. There's it wasn't eye. I know what eye shine is.
Yeah.
And the colour of the eyes, I've never seen that colour before. And I just thought,
it's a dog man.
Oh, sorry?
Its ears, what were they like?
Top of its head, there and there, like a Doberman. Not at the side. There was tall and pointed. Right. So like where your crown is.
Yeah.
So say your crown's there, about 2 inch, and then ear and ear.
Right.
But it wasn't big, wasn't massive. It was slim built, but it was muscly. You could see the shape of the muscles in the arms. The neck was quite thin, but no, I only seen it from mid abdomen down because there's bushes and shrubs.
Sounds like a new. We still at the Egyptian.
I didn't see it from say the bottom of the rib cage to down. See on the back screen, the hand, you've got that yellow ball.
Yep.
it was kind of that colour, but more orangey nectar mixed in with it.
Right.
I didn't hear any noise because I have my always have my passenger window open, no matter what, about 2-3 inches. Don't matter what the weather's like, just to let some air in.
Yeah.
Always, as soon as the window's up, doors locked. That was it. Got out there. I wasn't hanging about. What really wanted to go back, but we've got was saying don't.
So I said
don't
to you,
do
didn't
it.
I? Get back.
I know. But I could take
but then
you
you've
straight
got to
to
follow
it.
your gut as well.
Yeah. And I know it was daylight, but like I said, there's not many people about. So I'll put the pictures up and I'll talk you through where I was to where this was. Right. So this is the furthest zoomed out, and then I'll get to the closest. Right. So that's you can see that there's no villages. A house. They might have an odd farmhouse thrown in there.
Just rural, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you look where I've got that blue circle, and you can see the road going through, you can see some checkered fields, one on the right and one on the left. Now they're the pig farms. One's vertical, and one's square.
Right.
So if you look at the square one on the left-hand side, you can see like a little dark shape above it.
Yeah, patch.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the So I'm going to go to the next one now.
Yeah.
Right. So that's zoomed in again. As you can see, there's still virtually it's fields and fields.
Yeah.
So the bottom left one, the checkered, looks like a mini chessboard.
Yeah.
You can see where you've got the triangle, and then it goes out to the left.
Yep.
Right. So I'll go into the next one again. Right. So I didn't see the pig farm on the left, presuming there was no pigs in there at the time. Now, see the one on the right, see how you've got all the woods blocking it until you get to the top right-hand corner? Top left-hand corner.
Yeah, so you're travelling from bottom to the top.
So I'm driving from bottom to top.
Yeah.
So the blue circle now, can you see the triangle on the left? And then it goes out horizontally, right from the bottom of that triangle.
That's where it was.
I'm just putting the next picture. So now if you look at that is, so I'm on the road on the left-hand side on the dark bit of the blue. That bottom corner of them left-hand woods is where it was stood, about 2-3 trees in. That's how close I was to it.
Wow. It's a shame you couldn't have gone back and see if there was any prints or anything.
Yeah.
I weren't going in there on my own.
It's just too rural around there, isn't it?
You've got the 8148.
I wouldn't have panicked about that.
Yeah, one with no network problems.
That's the one, yeah. We've got him lined up.
Yeah. Yeah, cheers for that. I'll remember all this.
No problem.
Right. So you can see from this pitch, so you got the A148, which is the main carriageway, and then it just cuts off, and that is just a country road. It narrows, it widens. You got, I won't even call them villages, 2-3 houses, not even a pub or a post office. Didn't see any shops till I got into the next
hamlet.
Top it out.
Like a hamlet. Yeah.
Not even a hamlet. I'm talking nothing. If you go on to, you'll see. And from where I was there, so from that point to me getting to the next village was about 10-15 minutes. And I'm doing anything between 30 and 60 miles an hour.
It's a shame you didn't have dash cam in it, really.
Yeah.
I know.
It'd have been pointed the wrong way, wouldn't it?
No, to have it point, it'd pick something up. But the thing is, though, it was a colour. And like I was saying to Colin, I went, when I spoke to Deborah, when I rang you, I said, it's a dog man.
Yeah.
But I know it's not a dog man. And that's when Colin said it was a bipedal canine. I went, yeah. And then he described it, and he's like, it's Anubis.
Mm-hmm.
I went, that's what I thought. But in my head, I've just seen Anubis. Sounded like the most ridiculous thing I've ever said to myself.
Yeah, but loads of them have been reported, haven't they?
I was going to say, yeah.
I suppose midday on a Friday afternoon. That's
but don't matter with these things. They appear anytime.
No, but the only connection I had of where it was to it being there was the pig farms on either side and how isolated it is from any major town. So I thought, like I said initially, I thought it was a dogman. It's gone in there to feed.
Yeah.
Easy pickings, isn't it? Grab a pig, back into the woods, job done. And they've got you got the sows, you got the what are male pigs called? Bulls.
Sows and pigs, isn't it?
Yeah, sows and pigs.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So you had the sows, you had the pigs, but there's loads of piglets as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
piglets are easy pickings out if you can get hold of one.
Yeah, but like Richie's just put about pig farms are dodgy, especially in the middle of nowhere. But if you go into Norwich, or Norfolk and Suffolk, it is just there's pig farms everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, to
you
be honest,
don't really see, you don't see many sheep or cows. You get horses and that, but the main, what's the word? Not poultry. What is it? Like food farm is pigs.
Yeah.
Poultry, everything. There's all sorts, isn't there? It depends.
Yeah, but there's hundreds of pig farms around Norfolk.
Right.
But like I said, I didn't hear it make a noise, which would the only thing I had was I didn't even have the radio on. Was the noise of the engine. But it just completely as I got to it, it just completely vanished. It just imagine you driving down the road and you're looking at the car in front of you, and then it's gone. You're like, what the hell? What happened then?
Did you see any flashes, lights, bangs?
Nothing. No.
Nothing.
That because I'd seen that straight away. I did what I do when I do an investigation. All my other senses heighten, so I was listening for stuff, see if there's any smells as I went past. I was looking up to see if there's any aircraft above it. On the other side of the woods, I didn't see anything else.
Right.
And it was just, don't know what it was, but it was black and brown, and it was stood there, and it put that thought in my head was shit. You've just seen it, and then it had gone, and I didn't because of the way the road was to where the woods was. I didn't have to take my eyes off it because I was still virtually looking straight ahead of me.
Yeah.
So didn't blink, nothing, because I thought I'm not letting this go, and it went.
So how far away from your home address is this, Andy?
About 2.5 hours.
No, it is a long, yeah. All right. I remember you saying now. Yeah, I was going to say about going back and...
I'd go back, I would 100% go back, but I would not go back on my own, and I wouldn't go at night.
Rich will go with you. That's volunteer, Rich.
It's only because I know what I've seen. If it is one of them where I've seen something, but I'm not sure, because I've had a few like that, where I've seen a dark figure in the woods or in a field, but it could have been a boar or someone walking through, or a horse lay down or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This I know because we looked at each other like direct eye contact.
Locked eyes. Yeah.
I couldn't see the snout because I was looking at it head on. I didn't know if it was protruding or if it was short or if it didn't have one. Couldn't tell you.
Tino's just said, what the hell could these be? Is something creating them or are they returning? Don't know, do you? I mean, they are. Anubis is, what's the word? Not historical.
Ancient
origins.
Yeah.
But
you just don't know.
Like, was it you I was talking to yesterday, Colin? It didn't have. I didn't see any armor because most of the pictures are depicted. They've got armor on and they've got the big.
The Egyptians did that, didn't they? But
the Egyptian hat, the pharaoh hat. Didn't see any of that. But thinking about it now, where I said it had symmetrical markings where it wasn't black, could that have been clothing or armour.
This is it, yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know what it's hard to say, innit?
Steve's just said is it woodland conifer or broadleaf? So do you know what sort of trees?
There's maple trees in there, sycamore, conker trees, horse chestnut. Can't think what they were called then. It's just a mix of everything.
Bit of a mixture.
There's a few ferns on the floor going into it. So, but it was if it was stood up, if it was stood up and the floor was, give or take, a couple of inches, different than the road, to its eye level was roughly about 6 foot. So you've got the rest of its head, then its ears. So you're looking about 6.5 foot.
Sounds about average, isn't it? I think average.
Yeah.
Height. So you definitely didn't see any markings on it, like tattoo type of markings or anything like that. Any?
Not only the brown bits, but I don't know if that was. I don't know if it was fur, if it was clothing, if it was armor. I didn't.
Right, okay.
It was like by the time I'd noticed it and we'd locked eyes, it had gone. The next point, it had gone. A couple of more seconds, and it probably got a lot more detail.
Yeah. How did you feel inside yourself? I know you were scared and you was confused in that, but did you get any other feelings?
I said to you both, I felt a bit disappointed because I thought if I was ever to see anything like that, like bipedal canine, I thought I'd be a lot more excited and like adrenaline rushing. But it was more just get out there, just keep going. And I think until
that was a primeval inside you, though, isn't it? Getting away from fear.
I think until you actually have an experience like this, you wouldn't know what you're gonna feel like. Because I felt a bit let down, to be honest. But then
because you kept going.
Yeah. But now, like I've been talking to you two about it and Richard. When I talk, I get so excited when I talk about it. It's the most exciting thing I've ever experienced, I think, in the unknown.
Yeah.
So it's just wow. It is probably the biggest wow factor, more wow than the pterodactyl, and that was a effing big wow. I was stood in the backyard and just
I'll send you a t-shirt now, Andy.
Thanks. But it was just the more I think about it now, the more excited I get because I know what I've seen and I now know what it isn't. Is that more than what it is? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
And like I said, this is why I didn't want to put this out on Friday when Tim was on.
Yeah,
because it took over everything, and I didn't want to do that. Right. It wouldn't have been fair. So this is why I'm doing this one now. But it was mad. Right, that's funny. That one. It's not funny, but about Horace the Eagle Head, because a week before, seen a bald eagle down in Henley-on-Thames.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Your week for strange sightings.
I've not seen a hippo yet.
About with Andy, he does tours now.
Yeah.
Don't that work? They pay me for doing it.
Sideline.
Yeah. So, and that was it. There's nothing. But that's why I thought I'll get aerial satellite views of where I was, so you could see how desolate or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
I think what we should have done was had a look and see if anybody else had reported, not in particular in that area, but if there were any
Colin
more.
had a look. Think you?
Yeah, I did. But I couldn't find anything online or anything.
I've heard loads of stuff.
You've got a black shunk round there, down in
It
Rich
might be
put
worth
that.
putting an advert out in that area if you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told you about that. Is it Nextdoor? There's a website called Nextdoor. And if you put your postcode in, it comes out with it. And you can put advertisements in there.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
you can,
I'll do that
yes.
over the
I've done it.
weekend.
And I've just had
I've got that.
witnesses from leaving, actually. I'm just following this up at the moment, a story. Leaving.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
far from me.
Yeah.
They've had weird things in the fields and UFOs and all sorts of stuff happening. So
Right.
yeah, it's worth advertising and seeing if there's anybody else comes forward. It really would be.
Yeah. Well, the thing with that, with what Joel just put on, there's a pig cull in there because they've not enough butchers in the UK.
Yeah, apparently,
So
yeah.
if any pigs had gone missing, to be honest, I don't think they'd have noticed.
And I think if they had noticed, they wouldn't say anything because they were going to get rid of them anyway. So it wouldn't be a big outcry like they've lost money or
makes that job that little bit easier. But
I think they're getting paid by the government, there, aren't they, for all this? Yeah.
I think there will be, won't they? They usually get subsidised by government for stuff like that.
Because I thought it was a dog man. Yeah, that's why I initially thought, oh, it's right next to pig farm. But now, because it's not a dog man, and I think it was there for other reasons. It wasn't there looking for food.
Yeah.
But then I keep saying, I got the impression that it was guarding or protecting something. Just its stance and the way it was just there. And then it was like, you've seen me, and then nothing, it gone. And I could see the tree where it had been stood.
That's weird, isn't it, really? Really.
It is. Weird,
Very
freaky. Like I said, I'm more excited now than I was at the time. I've just been dying to tell everyone.
Yeah. And we've still got no answers for you.
No, I remember getting the text.
You never guess what I just seen.
Yeah, that's the phone call that I got.
What do you put? Are you pissing about? Something like that.
Now, where's that effect, Andy? Yes, not
yeah.
I just answered the phone and heard, "Oh my god!"
I know.
You'll never believe
Tell
what
me
I've
more.
just
Tell me
more.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't wait.
Question from Alison Buttle.
Yeah. Don't suppose you'll know, will you?
If they're mixed trees, I reckon it could be an ancient wood, but
I'm guessing it would be. Excuse the pun.
It would. Yeah.
Would. Because it's all fields. There's a lot of agriculture and everything around Norfolk. There's a lot of spring onion, turnips, Swedes, cabbages, cauliflower, and all that. There's fields and fields and fields of it. And they do a lot of wheat as well, for like Weetabix and what have you. You see the signs at the edge of the field. We grow our crops for Weetabix, or we grow our crops for whoever. So you're going to have all that. So them woods, I reckon, was probably there before they started farming.
Right.
Because it'd be weird just to have that little bit of wood and then loads and loads of fields around it. Why did they not get rid of that woods and have more field? It'd make more sense.
You would think so.
And if there's anything in that woods that's sort of like protected, something ancient, because some trees are, aren't they?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Preservation orders on them, and
is there something buried in there? And that's what they're going back to check.
Yeah,
there's a million questions and no answers.
That's it. That's true. Yeah, it's, with every case I come across, it's the same with every researcher anyway, isn't it? So
yeah.
Produce more questions than you do answers.
Yeah, this is the third thing I've seen since I've been doing this job 2.5 years. So I'll tell you about my boring one in a minute.
Nothing.
That'll be done to it. It's not even the internet. Sorry, 1 second.
Ooh.
Right.
So Carol's just said it wouldn't surprise her if it was Won't surprise me if it's more to do with the land.
The
Could
energy
be
in the
ancient land.
Yeah.
Well, if
Could be
you
an
like
ancient
I said,
burial
if you
ground or
look,
anything, couldn't it?
there's no new builds or anything around that. There's absolutely nothing.
No.
So it's like I said, the odd farmhouse or a couple of broken down barns, and like I said, there's not even any shops, no garages, nothing. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Nothing out there.
No.
The best place to do it, though, isn't it? When there's no else
Yeah, it
around.
is. Yeah.
That's it. Like
You
I
keep
said,
it
if
that when
you
you-
if anyone goes onto Google, obviously you can find the exact spot where it is, and if you do like Street View or whatever, you'll be able to see how isolated it is from everything else. That there is nothing
Yeah.
else around there. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's my encounter. I think it's a
Yes.
good one
Heck of
though.
an encounter, to be honest. And it is. It's
I know.
a good one. It really is.
Yeah, I honestly thought if you're seeing like a dog man, it'd be big, airy, scruffy, werewolf type thing pounding through a field or something, chasing a sheep.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to be all like, because like I said, it was slim, but it was well built. It was muscly, but then it could have had a pot belly and mini legs or something. I don't know because I couldn't see the bottom half of it.
Yeah. Probably had jeans on or some work boots.
Yeah. Could be, couldn't it? You never
Pair
know.
of Crocs.
And socks. Socks
Sorry,
and Crocs.
Jesus. Sorry, desert ducks.
Yeah.
But I gutted that I didn't see head to toe because I think that would have been a lot more. It'd have just been a
Revealing.
better
It would have been, wouldn't
experience. Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And the fact that the biggest thing about it, other than its appearance, like the eyes and that, was the fact that it was there, then it wasn't there. It didn't dissolve, it didn't smoke, it didn't fade away, it didn't like creep round the back of the tree or anything like that. It wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of these American researchers I've spoke to over the years, they've come across this as well with Bigfoot and Dogman or Wolf Man, whatever you want to call it. 1 minute it's there in front of them, and next minute it's just. So it makes you really think, doesn't it? What is happening?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well, there's no beam of light. So whether it's shielded, whether it went for a portal, because I'm obsessed with portals, but I don't know what it did. It was there, then it wasn't there, is what it did. It wented. There we go.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good that you've actually shared this, Andy, with everybody, to be honest.
Yeah. And I said I did want to share it on Friday, but because Tim was coming on, I wasn't going to do that. So that's why
you
I'm
said
saying
you
to
did.
Deb about it. We'll do on Wednesday.
Because
I wanted to tell everyone while it was still fresh before I started forgetting details, because I still didn't write anything down. But
I told you to write it down when you got home, didn't I?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't because I never do. Don't know, just don't do it. But it was one of them. It was so amazing, intriguing, fascinating that I don't think I'll ever forget any of the details of how it was, how
Janice,
fresh
it's
it was.
A blood moon tonight, so it's called a blood moon.
Oh, is
it is. Yeah, full moon. Okay. It's not up here yet.
No.
I thought it had, but it's my light fitting.
You've not changed yet, Deb. So
I haven't.
No.
My teeth, my teeth haven't got sharp yet. I've got hairy palms.
Wow.
Not likely on this side of me changing.
To any details, thanks.
Kelly's put, that's what happened at Skinwalker. That's another thing I'm obsessed with, Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, that's good. That it really is. That first one with that Bywolf, that was
It's just everything about Skinwalker is just amazing. It's just I've heard stories about it. I've watched the TV show, listened to podcasts, people have done their own documentaries on it, everything. It's just, that's amazing. But yeah, I've nothing else to say about it really. Joe's put didn't look like the one on Van Helsing. No. The only other way I could describe it, imagine if Scooby-Doo was
Do you find any pictures of newbie Deb? Sorry.
I've got some on. Imagine if Scooby-Doo was a Doberman. Yeah, I'm just looking how they're not put any on.
I'm going to say I
can't do any from this end, can I? I don't know. No.
Right, just give me a second.
You want some without armour if you can.
Well, I struggled finding them. That was why I didn't put any on.
I've got some on my collection of photos in here. Not that I've took a photo. It's obviously a drawing, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Really.
Yeah, but most of the ones that I've got are drawings.
Yeah.
The ones that I could find on Google, there wasn't anything like CGI or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Joe's put Scooby's a great day, and I know that's why I said if Scooby-Doo was a Doberman, the way Scooby-Doo's built, the shape of it, so it's like Scooby-Doo's body, but with a Doberman's head, because its head wasn't that big. It didn't have a fat head or anything. It was quite thin, and narrow. But then it's his body that was like, don't mess with me, sort of thing.
Right, I'm just having a look now. It's taking ages to. Oh no, we're not taking ages to load up. Right.
Oh,
let me slave.
We have movement.
Let me save this.
I was going to say, if anyone wants to go, more than happy to go with them.
I know. I wish I could get back down there and have a look.
But yeah, it's like right on the arse end of England. Probably about another half an hour, and you're at the coast.
Right.
Sorry, I keep freezing, but
you do. Your sound keeps going funny as well.
I know. Right. Don't know why.
Yeah, you're freezing up at this end, Andy. It's.
I think it's because I'm not moving. If you keep moving like this, is that better?
But you sound like Norman Collier as well. That type of.
Do I?
Yeah.
Right. Let me see if I can put these up. Pictures. Where have they gone now? Just talk amongst yourselves.
Can't I send anything on here at all?
Deb, do it on overlay.
Yeah, I'm doing that. But I'm trying to find the pictures that I've just downloaded.
Oh.
They've disappeared. Right.
So has anyone else got any questions? Not that I've got any answers.
No, I don't know anything. You're just asking.
Yeah.
Right. I swear in a minute.
Well, there's a shock.
Should have heard it before we come on air.
I've never known such language.
Minor.
You have. You bring out the worst, didn't you? Right. Right, hang on.
Colin, you've got to go and get Joe, apparently.
Sorry?
Go get Joe.
Joe's put, come get me. Colin, come get me, lol.
There you go.
I told her not to say that.
There's an offer you can't refuse.
Till we come off the air.
There's an offer. Oh, what the...
Whoa.
Found them. Found them.
Taking tablets, Deb.
No. Right, I found them.
Slack him.
So, what I'm doing there... Just keep talking amongst yourselves. I'll be...
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wing it. We'll wing it for you. Don't you worry.
Wing
it's a shame I can't put something up. It's.
Oh, this is.
Well, I'll put the thingy back up while she does that.
Right.
Yeah, don't forget this is Friday. We've got Steve Mera coming on.
Yes.
Oh, I've I spoke to him today, and he's confirmed that he's still coming on, so it's all good.
That's going to be good then.
Yeah. And then next Friday is going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Absolutely.
Amazing.
But no one knows what's happening
Yeah,
yet.
we're going to have direct contact, and there's going to be no freezing or internet problems.
No. No, it's going to be a live investigation as well.
Is it really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Thanks, Sherlock.
It
With
should
a
be
bit
fun.
of not so modern technology.
Mm.
The only reason it's not going to freeze is because I'm going to be wearing a coat. Ba-bum.
Yeah, and getting soaked with all the rain.
Right,
here we go.
Nearly with you. Okay.
Similar.
Right, so I've put one up. So that, now see, the ears look different than in that picture. I know it's a drawing, and the neck wasn't as thick, but the way the shape of the arms and the body is, that's what it looked like in the top half.
Is that the one that I've just added?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to put the other one up because it's a bit more, what is it? But it won't come up for some reason.
Yeah, I should have sent you some.
It depends on the.
That would have covered it, I think.
Yeah, it depends on the ratio of the picture, because sometimes if it's too big or too small, you can't put them up.
It was the same as that size that I've got up now. That you've got up now, but I don't know why it won't have it.
Oh, I don't know. But
let me have
I was
one more go now. I know what it is. Excuse me.
It was the muscle structure was like that.
Mm.
The ears, I couldn't say if
was it a bit smaller.
The ears. Well, I couldn't say if it was at the side. Oh, sorry, I couldn't say if it was at the side of the head or they came up and looked like it was on top of the head, like that one does.
Right. Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So if you looked at that full on, but you didn't see the side of it because it was blending in a bit, it looked like they were on top of its head.
Right.
No,
okay.
It won't do it.
It's fine.
It's taking me to a website. Is that link?
I bet it is.
Not that kind of website. So you had that on Friday.
Yes.
And then hang on a minute. Where am I? And then on Sunday.
I'm just gonna put this up. Yeah. Just gonna put that up because I need to say something in a minute about that.
Right, okay.
It's right.
You want to say something now about it? While it's in your head?
No, it's fine. Now, what was you going to say, Deb? Sorry.
You had your sighting on Friday, and on Sunday, I wasn't feeling really very well. So I took myself off up to bed at about dinner time. So I got back up, coming up to 4 o'clock, and I spent about half an hour up and still felt crap. So I thought, right, I'm off back to bed. And I wasn't particularly tired. I just needed to lie down. So I got into bed, and I've got to get comfy facing Gaz's side, like the door side, before I turn over and actually go to sleep. So I can never go to sleep facing the door. So I got comfy. I'm trying to get my legs comfy, and right in my ear, I heard a noise that was a cross between Velcro and a zip being pulled down. Just like somebody had just done a coat that length, and it was right in my ear. And I stopped, and I thought, I daren't look round. I daren't look round because I didn't know whether I was going to see something that had appeared or what.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea what it was, but I did. I mean, my split second thing was I daren't turn round, and then I kind of did slightly. Couldn't see anything, but it was what I would imagine something like a tear in the fabric of. Do you know what I mean? Like a portal opening or something like that. It was that kind of. That's the first thought that I had.
Ripping open the veil.
Yeah. But it was. I knew exactly as soon as I heard the noise that it was a cross between a zip and Velcro. It was the same noise as both of them, but overlaid, put together. So I have no idea what that was. But I've been training my peripheral vision, and I'm not really keen on the results, to be fair, because I'm seeing it, especially my left side. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff moving about, and I'm thinking, I know I can do it, but how do I not undo it now? I don't like it.
Yeah, I've always had that, and that's been on my left side.
Yeah. Never see it on my right side. It's always the left, yeah. It's weird. So I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't mess with these things.
Oh, shall I tell them about my lights as well?
Oh, yeah, do your lights.
I don't think I've told you this one, Colin.
Go on.
So, there's been a fuel shortage, so to speak. So we've been having to fuel up every day at work before we go to work, either on the way home or on the way in. So, anyway, I've got to travel down. If I get fuel for work, I've got to go around the A45, the Esso garage on there. So anyway, got there, got a few minutes early, fueled up, driving to work. And going that pitch black, there's no street lighting on the 45, only where there's a junction.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get like 50 yards out the junction, there's no lights again. Anyway, so I'm driving down and I've seen a solid white light and a flashing white light right next to each other, like the front of a bike. But it's someone on, there's a few bridges on there, either footbridges or road bridges.
Right.
So I thought, it'll be someone stopped on the bike. And I thought, why would you stop on there in the pitch black? But I couldn't see the backlight, the red. So it was a solid white and a blinking white light. Right, you know where they have two lights right next to each other?
Yeah.
It was one of them.
Okay.
Anyway, so it wasn't moving. It weren't reflection because it was like between 16 and 20 foot up in the air. And you could see it was like level with the bridges. Anyway, as I'm getting closer and closer, it stayed in the exact same spot. As I got to it, both lights went off. And as I looked up, there weren't even a bridge there. The bridge was another 300 yards, whatever, down the road. Because it was dark, I thought it was further up the carriageway than what I had. And there's nothing there. And it wasn't even in the tree, because I looked up at the point of where it was. It was at the front of the branches.
Weird.
It's only little, like the new bike lights, the LED lights.
Yeah.
So it wasn't through there's no way you see the leaves moving and it's crossing in front of the light. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
Because one was completely solid
and
one was same, like, to say that's it. It was just doing that. Same time.
And there was definitely constantly. Red.
No, these were white. That's what I thought.
White light, sorry.
I thought, why has he not got his backlight on? If he's got, I thought I might be sorting it out. He might have realised it's not on, so he's got off and he's putting his light on. And I got there weren't even a bridge there.
It's weird, isn't it?
I know. Right. Let me get to work. Come on and go to bed. And that
that's what I'm just investigating at the moment. I mean, obviously, I'm more cryptid than
the UFO. Well, that's why I phoned you when I seen this.
But there's this couple few miles up the road from me now. 3 years ago, they said he went out for a cig at 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And he talked to his girlfriend, and he says, "Come and have a look at this." And he said there was two red lights and a jet fighter. He says he didn't know what type of jet fighter it was, but it was chasing these red lights, and these red lights was totally outmaneuvering it. It was the way that the maneuvered. There's no way a jet could do that. And said they watched it about 5 minutes, and these lights are shut off, and this jet shut off after them. But yeah,
right. Well, the thing is,
there was those red lights, red solid lights, massive.
Yeah.
Massive
these lights I see were like, the torch that I use. Let me grab one. So it's no bigger than the front of that.
Right. Yeah.
So that was it. So there's one. The one that was solid was bigger than the one that was blinking. So
yeah, that's true. I'll tell you about the farmer. I did deny about. He thinks there was something in his barn, and his hunting dogs come running out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another interesting one that I had. It was over a week ago, Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's about 8 days, is it? What day are we on? No, we're not. 8 days. Yeah.
Thursday now.
Yeah, well, no, Thursday tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, 8 days ago, I got a farmer contact me, and He'd been doing. Well, I told Andy, and he'd been doing some work. He's got this barn and he's got some bales in it. There's no electric in this barn whatsoever. It's just for storage. And he's got some massive bales in it. He's got 2 hunting dogs in his van. And he's just been mending some machinery, and it got to 9 o'clock, and it starts going dark now. And he thought he'll just let him out for a quick wee. And the dog shot out of his van and started hunting around like this. He thought, oh, they've got a scent. Shot off to the barn, and he could hear him in the barn barking and that. And that's what I said to you, didn't I? So he grabs his flashlight and goes off to the barn. But these bales are massive. You can't move them by hand. You've got to get machinery. So these 2 Jack Russells are trying to get up these bales, and he's trying to get up to one bale, and they're getting further on than him. And he managed to get up to the first bale on top. They're on top. These dogs have gone on top of these bales, and next minute, one of them just let out such a yelp. Both of them come hurtling down the bales and ran off out the barn. And he says he don't know if he heard a growl or a moan. He couldn't make out what it was.
Right.
He said it put that much wind up him. He jumped off the bale, got in his van, and the 2 dogs were sat in the passenger footwell, cowling.
Wow.
Really?
And he absolutely shut the doors, drove home. He come back the next morning with 12 bore, his 2 dogs again, went in the barn, but he says he couldn't see any evidence or anything. But it's the same location. He's had a big black dog. He's seen a big black dog on his land, back of his land. Right. Massive big dog. And that's where I put that trail cam up that time and forgot to switch it on.
That one you didn't switch on.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
lucky mistake.
So that's really weird. So I'm hoping to get back down there and put some more trail cams out and switch them on this time. And not that I'll be lucky, but yes, sorry.
When he went back with the dogs the next day in his gun, were the dogs worried about going back, or didn't he say?
No, they got. That's what I asked him actually, Deb. Funny enough, they just got out of the car, went into the barn. Well, with him, sniffing around, but they didn't act like they did on the night. He knew they'd picked a scent up because obviously he's trained them as gun dogs.
Yeah.
He knew they'd picked a scent up, so he thought it was maybe like a domestic cat or something. They'll even they walk back down from foxes or anything. They maybe back off it a bit. But they'll sit there barking at it. But with these yelping and hurtling down, he says it's got to be something big.
They weren't sticking about.
So I didn't know if it was like a big cat or it was something else.
Yeah. Alison's just asked where it was.
It's just not far outside of Hull.
Right.
I don't want to give the location away at the moment, to be honest.
No.
I could give you his name, to be honest, but because I've always asked him, can I? And he says, yeah, he's not bothered.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say the location, Betting Pidsey. I don't know if anybody knows the whole area. But
what area?
Betting Pidsey based. Well, it's one of his fields. He owns them all over.
Right.
So, yeah. If anybody knows the area.
I don't. But
no. Joe, our lovely researcher, has managed to send me a couple of photographs. Well, pictures, sorry. So this is the first one.
Right. Well, while you do that, I'll jump back onto what I was going. That was what it was more like.
But front on.
Front on from the ribs, so where the diaphragm is. Up.
Right.
That was another thing. I didn't see any teeth.
No.
It's like that, but it's black sheen with brown bits in it.
Yeah. So if you could overlay a Doberman on top of that, Doberman's fur.
If you had the Doberman's markings on that, I reckon that's what it was. Didn't see hands, but the muscle structure in the shoulders and the chest were exactly the same as that.
I think this next one's a little bit more doggy-like, furry, shaggy doggy, which isn't what you saw really, is it? But I suppose the face front on maybe a bit similar in ears. Don't know. But thank you for that, Joe.
Yeah, nice one.
Wow. Sorry, I've just got an email, but I can't tell anyone yet. Oh no, I can. It's fine. Steve Mary's just emailed me with all these links and everything on. So I'm going to add that onto the YouTube channel. So they'll all be on by tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wicked. BSC.
Superb.
Excellent. Right. Oh, wait. Let me mark it so I don't delete it. Don't want to delete that one.
Don't delete that.
No.
You don't want to have to message him and say, please, can you send me that
Can
again?
you send it again? Because I've messed up again.
I'm a
we've all
twat, I've
been
wiped it off.
I have 24 hours to get it back before it's permanently deleted. So it's all good. Right. So, as I was going to say, someone mentioned something about Philip Kinsella.
Philip Kinsella, yeah.
So I'm going to let you all into a secret. We've actually got him coming on in November.
We have.
So
Can't wait.
that's the only thing I'm giving away.
That'll be a good one. That'll be a good one.
He's coming on the 12th. There we go. Oh, you can't see it's a green screen.
No, you can't see that, Lee. Oh, that's lovely, look.
So I've been speaking with him. He's more than happy to come on, and he's going to be chatting about all different things.
Yes.
And we're so excited about that one as well. Because someone said about Philip. Sorry?
Please don't forget to buy Andy's new video, the bloopers one.
Yeah, you get a free
You'll get a
dictionary.
free dictionary.
Oh, tired. Been up since 5:30.
Don't use that as an excuse.
No, this
I know.
But, so I've got Philip coming on. A few others, but not giving any of them. Not yet.
Can't say that. No.
But we're
You'll
doing
find
on the
out
7th.
soon enough. Keep tuned in.
Yeah. Well, I remember we're not doing one Christmas on New Year because Friday is Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So we're having 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
But
we've got the Christmas special.
Yeah. So on the 17th we're doing a Christmas special, and it's going to be completely different to anything else we've done yet. This is taking a lot of work. We're still going to mess it up.
Who's it taking a lot of work for, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the ideas. I get the ideas. I tell Deb. Deb writes them out.
Not always. I do get my own ideas.
Yeah. But I get a lot of like the initial idea, then I throw it at Deb. I'm like, can you do something with that?
Yeah.
A lot of times she goes, no, F off. And hangs
no
up.
F off and puts the phone down, turns it off, throws it outside.
Well, that went way over my head.
Yeah, I'll do it. Never to be seen again.
Yeah. No, I don't remember you saying that, Andy.
Yeah. Can I give another clue away without saying who it is?
Father Christmas.
Yeah. So
it's you.
So coming up towards Christmas, all I'm going to say is we're going transatlantic.
Transatlantic.
That'll do,
yeah, it will, yeah.
Yeah. And that's set in stone as well.
Yes. We're sailing across the water.
Yeah. And our little...
On our dinghy.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Yeah, well, in the Pussycat.
Banana boat.
On a beautiful pea green boat. Took some money and plenty of money.
It's one of them swans you have to pedal. That's the one we're using.
Oh, yeah. Pink flamingo.
Oh, there's a good idea. I think we'll go with that. Fairy costumes for Amber and Colin's live.
It can be arranged. It can be.
Yeah.
Can be. Yeah.
I'll tune in for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've
got... Andrew.
I think that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
I'm going to say it's American. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. It's not Prince Andrew, Rich. It's,
No.
We've set our sights a bit higher than that, mate.
Yeah. Plus, we like seeing our guests sweat. He doesn't, apparently.
Yeah. He doesn't sweat, funnily enough.
No. How strange is that?
Bobo, now that would be a good guest. Shane's just put
Wow.
Bobo.
Yeah, would be actually.
Mind you, I hardly recognise him these days.
Yeah, he's lost a
have
lot
you
of weight,
seen him
hasn't he?
now?
Bobo?
Yeah.
He's been ill as well, apparently.
Oh, has he? Bless him.
Apparently.
I like Bobo. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I'd have the Trumpster on. I quite like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't say anything else because I'll just end up giving everything away.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
so.
that.
stop there now before you
So-
dig yourself a big hole.
Shut your gob.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to say the guests are
No,
getting
don't.
better.
We're
They're not getting
bigger
better.
and better.
It's getting bigger. This
Yeah.
is getting bigger. All the guests are the same as each other. No one's better than anyone else. They're all got their own stuff, and it's just great
We've
getting
all got
everyone
our
on
own
here.
corners. That's the way we are.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
That's how it should be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to be felt up, but sorry, Kelly, I don't want to be felt up by Prince Andrew. Not my type.
it might be Donald Trump, or Bobo, or Santa Claus, or Colin in a
which is
fairy
worse.
costume.
I'll take my chances.
Or Donald in a fairy costume.
Yeah,
You never know.
well,
No.
they've always known Santa Claus only comes once a year.
Yes, I've heard.
No.
I'm going to say something revolting. Then,
No,
it was something about his sack, but we'll leave it there.
yeah.
No. It's not that kind of show.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's a Saturday night show when Colin's got his wig on.
And nothing else.
Oh no, don't. Everybody be getting sick
Throw that out
buckets.
there. You can all keep guessing. You won't guess who it is, and even if you do, we're not going to tell you. So
Yeah.
quit
Yeah,
now
so
while
there
you're
you
ahead.
go.
Yeah. But
Right, we've no more questions or comments.
no.
Well, there is, but you can't read them ones out.
No.
No, they're private ones. I'll answer them afterwards when I've got my dominatrix gear on.
So all I'm going to say is we've got 6 weeks of guests coming up. We've got one investigation, one the Christmas special on the 17th, nothing
I'm looking
Christmas
forward
and
to
New
that.
Year, and the next one's going to be the 7th of January.
Yeah.
But we will have.
Have I put that in my new diary?
Oh, God, I hope so. This is off the top of my head.
You will see, I haven't got a top of my head,
So-
really.
6-6. That's what I can say.
When did you say?
Right.
God, I don't
So
like
the
this new
next
diary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next. Right, I think I've put these in order.
Oh,
All right.
Let's
So
go
we've
west
got
with a couple.
the last guest we've got coming on
empty
is the
page.
10th. It's the 10th of December. The next one is going to be the 17th of December, which is a Christmas special. Then the 24th and the 31st, we're not doing anything. Then the 7th of January is our next available slot. This is a voice memo for Deborah, so she can watch this back and write stuff down like she keeps telling me to.
Have you already told me? Because I wasn't listening.
Story of my life. That's what I get from everyone.
Yeah, I know. You'll ring me tomorrow anyway.
Right. So we got those of you that have been onto the website. We've got the 27th of this month is called the D code. Is a D code. Then it's going to be the first Wednesday of each month thereafter, starting in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just make an announcement? I've just this minute received a message from Les to say that there's no Truth Proof live stream tomorrow night. So
Okay.
anybody that tunes in, there ain't one on. So I've got 2
That's
nights
good,
off this week.
Yay, that's good because I got to go shopping tomorrow. It was tonight or
Oh.
tomorrow, and it wasn't tonight.
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously, because you'd be there now, wouldn't you? Live from Aldi.
Yeah. How do you know where I go shop? Live from Waitrose, I'll have you know.
Oh, yeah, my ass.
Like they'd let me in there. Yeah. So yes, I do want to go back, Joe. If there's anyone watching, even now or what they end up watching it back, and they're in Norfolk or Suffolk area, and you want to go, I'm more than happy to meet you and we'll arrange something and go out there and have a look. I can take you straight to the point, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on, my computer's decided to do something.
Oh, is it updating again?
No, it was showing me the weather.
Oh, smashing.
Even though I can do that and see out the window.
How very intrusive.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
That's it.
Yeah.
Unless anyone's got any more questions, then we're gonna
Skedaddle.
go away and do what we need to do.
I've got to wash my hair because I smell of aftershave.
Don't ask, people. Don't ask.
So you get
I'm
through
gonna sit on the
hugging
sofa,
boy cousins.
play games on my phone. That's it. So yeah, massive thank you for everyone coming on tonight. Great turnout.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all for listening to me papping on yet again. But I think it's just it's one of them, innit?
It is one of them, yeah.
So yeah.
It's just I still can't believe it.
When
out
you
of
text
everything,
me, I think I was more excited than you when you text me.
I know. I could hear it in your voice. It's like, really? Really? Like, yeah. But the thing, I wish you guys would have been there as well.
So yeah, I'd have told you to stop. We would have got out and had a look.
I would have.
You could have thrown Colin out and driven off.
Could have done,
yeah. He wouldn't have minded.
Nobody would have missed me, would they? Really?
No, we'd have missed you.
Apart from Andy.
No saying it.
All right. At least we know where he keeps his cameras.
He'd have nobody to take the mickey out of, would he?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
kept that clean.
Yeah. Adamant's coming on the 26th of November.
No, the 32nd of November.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we've added our own dates then, haven't we? Forgot about that.
Please, buy Andy's calendar.
You get a free book and a free dictionary.
A free bloopers DVD and free dictionary.
With 15 months in it,
Oh, get all that.
9 days a week.
Don't need any of that.
Yeah.
I go and live with you for a week.
Oh, no.
Man cave.
I've got a mental picture now.
No.
Hope you've got a spare with Colin. On that note, I think we ought to leave it now.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, we're scaring everyone off now.
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for having me back on the show, you too.
You're welcome.
Just before you all go, jump on the website and have a look what we've got coming up. That gets updated weekly.
Yeah.
So you want the homepage, the live stream page, and the special features. They're the three that change all the time.
Yep.
So, and that's
Super.
it. So,
yes.
Massive thank you to Colin and Deb. And thank you guys for tuning in again.
If it wasn't for you, lot, we wouldn't be
Friday.
That's
yes.
True. Sorry?
So if it wasn't for you, lot, we wouldn't be here.
No, well, we would.
We would. We'd just be talking to us three.
It'd be pointless, but we'd be here.
Yeah.
Right. A massive thanks, everyone.
Good
see
night,
you all
everybody.
in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Eventually, when my computer decides it's going to work.
Would you like me to do it?